And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set for the nightcap here between ICC and Holmes. ICC comes in with a record of 10-12 on the year, 4-7 in the North. Holmes is 14-8, 6-5 in the North. You take a look at the standings. ICC, well, a win tonight would force a three-way tie for fourth place.
Okay.
Between Delta, well, that is if Delta loses to Coahoma.
Okay.
But ICC and Northwest, if ICC were to win, they'd be tied for Northwest for that number 5 spot. So if Coahoma beats Delta, ICC beats Holmes, then Delta, ICC, and Northwest will all be tied for fourth place. The playoff scenario, we're not 100% sure on, but we do think Mississippi Delta would hold the ultimate tiebreaker by the end of the night. So for the Indians, it might be the last game of the year, or they might sneak their way into the playoffs. We don't know.
Let's win the last game, though.
That's all that matters. At the end of the day, you got to take care of business here tonight in Fulton. Mr. Jim, I know you got those starters right there in front of you for both teams, so go ahead and give us tonight's starting lineups being presented by Coke.
I will. Holmes Bulldogs start tonight. Czar Petty, the 6'2 sophomore from El Dorado, Arkansas. Kassim Nicholson, 6'6 sophomore from Jackson. Johnny Forrest, the 5'10 freshman from Kosciuszko. Jaron Bowler, the 6'1 freshman from Philadelphia, and Winfred Ross, the 6'7 sophomore from Madison, Mississippi. For the ICC Indians tonight, starting Hakeem Kirkwood, the 5'8 freshman from Ware, Choctaw County High School. Kendricus Carlton, the 5'11 freshman from South Panola High School. Madarius Hobson, the 6'3 freshman from Holcomb, Mississippi. Trevante Doolittle, the 6'4 freshman from Hughes, Arkansas. And Shamar Brown, the 6'7 freshman from Olive Branch High School.
That is your Coca-Cola starting lineups. Let's hear a word from Coke.
Ketchup and mustard.
Grass-fed beef.
No, corn-fed.
On the grill.
Nah, flat top.
Iceberg lettuce.
Nah, arugula. Jalapeno.
No way. Avocado, dude.
Medium rare. Gotta be well done.
Brioche.
Sesame seeds.
American cheese.
Cheddar.
Can I have a turkey burger? What? Turkeys are for Thanksgiving, man. I like my burger with the Coke.
I'll agree to that.
Strictly with a Coke.
Only with the Coke.
Coke and a burger. Come on.
All right.
That's where you get the flavor.
And welcome back as we're set for the First American National Bank opening tip here between ICC and Holmes. ICC in their home white trimmed in red and blue. The Bulldogs of Home in their maroon trimmed in black and white. As we're getting set for this First American National Bank opening tip, and that's one thing that Holmes has always done is they just concede that opening tip.
Why do they do that?
Your guess is as good as
That's
mine.
just their deal, huh? That's
Yes.
all right. They set up on defense. Hey, there are no fast breaks on the tip. Let's put it that way.
Yes. Shamar Brown's baseline jumper is up off the mark, no good, and Holmes with the rebound. Last time these two teams met, Holmes pulled away late for the win as the turnover gives the ball back to ICC. So both teams turning things over. Or I guess ICC missed a shot.
Yeah, missed a shot.
So yeah, that's neither team able to score on their first possession of the game. Holmes in a 1-2-2 style press. ICC no problem bringing it across midcourt. Doolittle with the basketball now, looking to go to work. Trying to feed inside to Kirkwood. Ball slapped away, loose on the floor. Still loose, and it's going to be a jump ball, and that's going to be possession in favor of the Bulldogs. One official said ICC ball. There's no way it's ICC ball because we control the tip. Of course, that tip being brought to you by First American National Bank. Tommy Chamley, a good friend of the college.
Good guy. And a good friend of the college, good friend of the community.
Follow the flag to the nearest First American National Bank location near you. From Iuka to Tupelo. Of course, here in Fulton near the Walmart. So, yeah, you see that giant American flag. That's First American National Bank. They also have a smaller location as there's a bank shot up in and good. I believe that was number 3, Nicholson.
It was.
With the basket.
6'6 sophomore from Jackson, Mississippi.
But to finish that thought, they also have a smaller location located in one of our other sponsors, and that's Little Caesars. So 2-0. Holmes with the lead here over ICC. Indians going to that weave style of offensive threat. Carlton with it, trying to drive inside. His shot is up. No good. Hakeem Kirkwood with the rebound. He puts it back up. He's fouled on the putback. And so Hakeem will head to the free throw line to shoot 2.
He's the best rebounder I've seen for 5'8". He gets position. He jumps well. He's smart. He's 5'8", and he's I think our second leading rebounder on the team.
You're right. I will agree with that. If not the leading rebounder.
Correct.
On the team. So Kirkwood will head to the free throw line trying to tie the contest with a pair of free throws. First one is on its way, good. So Kirkwood buries that one. Makes it a 2-1 contest.
Adam, you're right. He averages 10 rebounds a game, 10.4, and Hobson averages 10.0.
As he knocks down both those free throws. I knew it was going to be close between him and Hobson. As we're tied now at 2 with 18:24 to play in the first half. Sophomore night, and guess what?
We have no sophomores.
None here on the men's team. A very unique situation. There's a runner in the paint, was up in and good. That was number 2, Perry, with the basket. Gets the lead back to 2 now for the Bulldogs. But yeah, Indians with a team full of freshmen. Technically, Rance Champ is a redshirt sophomore, but apparently he's going to let to come back for his third season or third year at ICC, second season next year. So Carlton with the basketball, and that's a double dribble. He tried to pass the ball off, and that time the player cut away from him, and a good, easy call that time for the official. Turnover gives the ball back to the Bulldogs. Well, Holmes, they're already locked into the playoffs. They, now they need to win tonight because a win by Delta and a loss for Holmes would put them in a tie for third. As there's a three-point basket knocked down by number 23, Bowler.
7-2 lead. Holmes has the lead. 17:30 left to halftime.
Of course, when we talk about those situations in the playoffs, we don't necessarily know the tiebreakers. The timeout's going to be taken here by the Indians. 30-second timeout. We're going to take it with them. Let's hear from First American National Bank. Back with more right after this.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here. It's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
And welcome back as we reset out of the timeout. 17:27 to play here. Holmes with a 7-2 lead over ICC. ICC taking the timeout, trying to just get a little refocused back on the offensive end. Carlton with the basketball. Swings it into the corner. That's going to be Doolittle with the basketball now. Man-to-man defense out of the Bulldogs. Shot clock running down. Kirkwood ball fakes, drives inside, and there's going to be a foul on the floor. A lot of bodies just falling all over the place, and that foul is going to be called on Perry of the Bulldogs.
His first foul, 7-2. Home Bulldogs ahead by 5 here. 17-12 left in the first half.
So Doolittle with the ball on the baseline, set to inbounds. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Into the corner they go. Carlton with it. Wanting to go inside. Good defense out of the Bulldogs. Three-point basket from Kirkwood on its way. Back iron, no good. Easy rebound for Holmes. So Holmes is controlling the boards here early on. They lead it 7-2 here in the regular season finale for ICC. Of course, the playoffs next week at Jones College. The Lady Indians have already punched their tickets. The Indians trying to see if they can sneak into the backside of the playoffs. As there's going to be a foul whistled on number 23 of ICC. That's going to be Trevante Doolittle. Substitution coming into the game now. This is going to be Rance Champ. Champ in, Carlton out for ICC. 7-2, still your score. 16:48 to play here. Holmes with it, turnaround jumper, bouncing around, no good. Rebound, slapped out. Bulldogs save it in bounds. Great hustle that time by Holmes. Spin, shot is up. Are they going to count the basket? They are. So count the basket. That foul's going to be whistled on number 24 of ICC, Shamar Brown. And a chance at a three-point play the old-fashioned way here for the Bulldogs.
Perry got his 4th point of the ball game. Adam, they're up 9-2 shooting a free throw.
So the free throw on its way is up in and good.
So him with 5.
Yep, Perry with 5 points to lead all scorers in the contest. ICC is still yet to hit a field goal.
Ten to 2. Home Bulldogs up by 8. 16:30 left to half.
Indians with the basketball, needing a basket in a big way. Champ, nice pass. Layup is good. Well, right on cue as you see a great pass there. Shamar Brown gets it and gets the layup for his first points. Rance Champ with a nice assist. And ICC makes it a 6-point contest. Layup is no good. Kirkwood with another rebound. Akeem looking to push now. Drops it off to Doolittle. Doolittle on the left wing. Didn't have numbers, so backs it back out now and resets the offense for the Indians. 6 is the lead for the Bulldogs. ICC trailing 10-4. Champ drives in, puts the jumper up, and buries it. Champ coming off the bench and being the spark for the Indians gets his first points of the game, and ICC slowly but surely fighting their way back in this one now, trailing by 4. Good defense by Shamar Brown to take away the baseline on the spin move. And there's a travel called on the Bulldogs. So the Indians start to find a little bit of a rhythm here, as there'll be a substitution coming in the game here for the Bulldogs. This will be number 4, Jordan, checking in. Checking out will be Perry for Holmes. 15:34 to play here until halftime. 10-6 is your score. ICC with the basketball. Holmes with the lead. Mayday with the basketball. Now works it over to Doolittle into the corner. Back up top to Hobson. Hobson thought about the jumper. Nothing there. Now gives it back to Doolittle. Doolittle feeds it inside to Shamar Brown. In trouble. Nice ball movement by the Indians. Champ with it now. Kirkwood driving inside. His shot is good. Nice finish that time by Akeem Kirkwood. He's got 4 to lead the Indians.
10-8. Adam, move on a 6-0 run here. Cut it to 2.
So the Indians have settled down here offensively. Holmes with the basketball now, trying to stop a little bit of the bleeding. Over on the left wing, ICC traps. That's going to be a jump ball. And that should be ICC basketball. Yes, it is. Nice job defensively that time by Madarius Hobson. Another sub back into the contest here is going to be Perry. Checking out is going to be Jordan. We'll also have another sub coming in here for Holmes. This will be number 21, Johnson, into the contest. And it appears that Jordan, who just checked in, checked out. You can't do that. You can't sub for a sub. But the officials obviously didn't see it, so really no big deal at the end of the day. So ICC with the basketball, a chance to tie it here with the basket. Kirkwood to Brown. Brown kicks it out to Doolittle. 8 seconds now on the shot clock. Doolittle driving over in the corner, in trouble. Kicks it out to Champ for the lead. Off the mark, no good, in the rebound to the Bulldogs. Holmes with it now, trying to build on this 2-point advantage. They've led as much as 8 in the contest. 14 minutes to play now as the shot is up in and good. Nice strong move in the paint that time by Ross to get the basket to fall. 12-8 is your score. Inside 14 minutes to go here in the first half of play. Adam Gore, Jim Ingram bringing you this action here on Let'sGoICCTV.com. We were scheduled to be on ESPN 95.1 The Fan, but they just didn't put the game on tonight. As the ball goes out of bounds, just a little miscue offensively. Substitution coming in the game here, actually a pair for ICC. Number 4, Jeremy Miller, along with number 1, Julian Warren, into the contest. And it looks like we're going to have a timeout taken here by the Bulldogs. Timeout on the floor, we're going to take it with them. We'll be back with more right after this. ICC trailing it 12-8 with 13:43 to go here in the first half.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back as we reset out the timeout. 13:35 to play here. ICC trailing it 12-8 to the Holmes Bulldogs. Holmes in maroon, ICC in white. Bulldogs with the basketball. ICC went on a nice 6-0 run to make it a 2-point game, but Holmes had a pretty good answer. And there's a turnover, though, by the Bulldogs. Rance Champ with the basketball. Didn't have numbers, so wisely backs it back out, drops it back to Kirkwood. Warren, who checked back in just before that timeout with the basketball now, wants to work one-on-one. Drops it off now to Akeem Kirkwood. Akeem Kirkwood to the baseline for Hobson. Hobson's jumper no good. Follows his shot. Goes up and has the shot blocked, but there's a foul. Oh, a late whistle on that one. Looked pretty clean, Jim.
It did look clean, and Coach Flanagan did not agree with the call.
So this will send Hobson to the free throw line. Medarius, the freshman out of Holka High School.
Averaging a double-double, Adam.
Yeah, this kid
had a fine freshman year.
Yeah, this kid is very impressive, a very good basketball player. You know, I got to think a guy like Mayday will probably have some opportunities, even after his freshman year, to go on to the next level somewhere.
You know, he's 6'3", and yes, he's a good athlete, but he's such a smart basketball player. Has all the basketball moves, great basketball IQ.
Yeah, that basketball IQ carries over in the classroom as well. A very good student athlete in the classroom. As the second free throw is up and good for Hobson. So 12-9 now is the score, and even 13 minutes to play here in the first half. Holmes with the lead and the basketball. Sophomore night here at ICC, and basically a sophomore night for the Lady Indians, as there's no sophomores on the team here for the men. First shot is no good. Second one was good there for Ross. He now has 4 points. And I tell you what, you look at Ross, and ICC really doesn't have anybody that can match Ross height-wise.
He's 6'7", but he's long and athletic. Arms go everywhere, and he can get up in the air quickly.
So the Indians with the basketball. Rance Champ with it now. Drops it off to Warren. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Inside they go to Hobson. Hobson ball fakes, puts the shot up, rattles around, and good for Hobson. Well, the iron extremely kind that time for Mayday, as that one rattled around, kissed off the glass, and fell for his third point of the game.
14-11. Holmes Bulldogs up by 3. 12 minutes left in the first half.
Indians hanging around in this one. Bulldogs with it. Being patient offensively now, working around the perimeter. Inside they go. Layup is good, and count the basket. Julian Warren trying to help on the backside that time, a little late getting there. And this will send number 32 to the free throw line, Ross, for a chance at a three-point play the old-fashioned way.
He's hurting us inside. You mentioned it, Adam. He's athletic. He's tall.
And the Indians are going to try to counter with that, as they're going to send in Jadakiss Williams into the contest. So a chance at a three-point play the old-fashioned way here for Ross. Williams checking into the contest. That substitution being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union. Free throw is good for Ross. He's got 7 points to lead all scorers. He will check out, and checking into the contest will be number 11, Lewis, for the Bulldogs.
And he's 6'6".
Not lacking on height are the Bulldogs. Inside 12 minutes to go until halftime. ICC trailing it 17-11. Warren drops it off. Hobson's layup is good. Nice ball movement on the part of the Indians that time. And Hobson now quickly with 5 points. 17-13. 11:35 to play here in the first half. ICC trying to find a way to get the sweep tonight. Lady Indians picked up a big win in the first game, and there's a steal by Kirkwood. Kirkwood going to go inside and lay it up. Kirkwood with the steal and finish. He's got 6. 17-15 is your score. 11 minutes to play here in the contest. Man-to-man defense out of the Indians. Bulldogs with it now. Dribbles over on the left wing. Dangerous pass. Thought about the deep three. Doesn't take it. And the Bulldogs once again working the shot clock down to 5, and that's going to be an offensive foul. Good take that time by Julian Warren.
And that's key. That's Perry's second. He's their best-looking guard so far. Picked up a second foul. 10:54 left in the halftime.
Pair of subs coming in here for the Bulldogs. Number 4, Jordan. Number 12, that's Foster into the contest. ICC can tie it with a 2, take a lead with a 3. This trip down the floor, the Indians have yet to lead this contest. They have trailed by 8. They've cut that 8-point lead down to 1. As there's a jumper from Champ. It's off the mark, no good. Hobson, though, with the hustle play. Then Hobson had it taken away. He was getting mugged in the corner that time. The official said play on. So here comes the Bulldogs now on the offensive end. Works it quickly around the perimeter from one side of the floor to the other. This is Forrest with the basketball. Now works it back up top to Johnson. Inside they go now to Nicholson. Nicholson, skip pass. And then the ball thrown back. The Indians nearly take it away, and the shot's blocked, but got him with the body, did the Indians. So this will be 2 free throws coming up here for the Bulldogs. They're going to try to see who they call this one on. So they're going to call that foul on number 15.
I agree with him. Rance Champ got him with the body.
So the foul on Champ is his first. Each team with 4 fouls so far here in the first half. So Holmes back to the free throw line. First free throw bouncing around, no good. Forrest with the miss. Awaiting his second free throw here. And it's no good. Rebound, though, is going to be chased down, slapped out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by the Bulldogs. So the Indians with the basketball now. Once again, a chance to tie it with the 2 after a pair of missed free throws on the other side of the floor for the Bulldogs.
We're halfway through the half. 10 minutes left halftime, Adam. You mentioned Holmes up by 2.
So the Indians being very patient now. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Warren trying to work off a screen. Good switch on the part of the Bulldogs to force them to give up the basketball. Now 8 seconds. Kirkwood needing to attack. Now kicks it out to Warren. Warren, he's got it with 3 seconds. Trying to get a little too fancy with the dribble and taken away by the Bulldogs. Shot, though, denied. Great hustle defensively that time by Rance Champ, who is slow to get up or now is battling back on the floor after the play as he kind of crashed into the protective padding of the goal. Baseline jumpers, no good, and we're going to have a official timeout to stop the action. That one, ICC got the basketball. Let's go back and look at that play by Champ. What a great effort on the part of Rance Champ to get down and block the shot. Crump into the contest, also checking in for ICC. Trevante Doolittle re-enters. 9:25 to play here. ICC trailing 17-15 to the Bulldogs of Holmes. Doolittle with the basketball now, dribbles over on the right wing, trying to work off a screen. The Bulldogs have done well tonight switching on those screens. Kirkwood with it now on the left wing, trying to go inside to Hobson. Hobson backing down, draws a double team, throws away from it. Doolittle, three-pointer on its way, back iron no good, rebound to the Bulldogs. Well, good job that time by Hobson to recognize where the help defense was coming from, found the open man. Indians just couldn't knock down the shot. 17-15. It's been a minute since either team has scored here. ICC staying in that man-to-man defense. Over now on the left wing are the Bulldogs. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Bulldogs kick it back. 6 seconds on the shot clock now. Behind the back, driving inside, loses the handle of the basketball. Out of bounds, last touch by ICC with 3 seconds on the shot clock. 8.5 to play here in the first half. Holmes 17, ICC 15. Unfortunately for the Indians, they have not been able to take advantage of this cold quarter here, or cold run, as there's a lob inside to Nicholson, and Nicholson just finishes that one extremely easy. And that stops the cold streak for the Bulldogs. The Indians need to answer on the other end. Trying to go inside to Jadakiss Williams, gets the basketball, drops it off inside to Hobson, and Hobson is going to be fouled, and they're going to give him 2 shots. Well, Williams somehow lost the basketball quickly.
He made a good pass, Adam. Really did make a good pass.
And so this will send Hobson to the free throw line here to shoot 2. So the Bulldogs trying to get on the sideline for a quick huddle. The official breaks that one up. And so now this will be Hobson heading back to the line. Jim, good to see that Rance Champ looks like he's going to get to go back into the contest after being shaken up earlier. So this is Hobson, Mayday at the free throw line. He's 1 of 2 this evening from the charity stripe. First one is on its way and good for Hobson. He now has 6. Kirkwood and Hobson both leading the Indians with 6 points in the contest. Back to a 3-point game now, 19-16 with 8:18 to go until halftime. Second free throw on its way in. That one circles its way in and falls for Mayday. He's got 7. Rance Champ into the contest, also checking in that exchange is number 32, Ross, for the Bulldogs. Ross and Hobson leading all scorers with 7 each so far here in the contest. So the Bulldogs with the basketball, trying to work it inside, does so. Indians trying to cheat down defensively. Turnaround hook shot is up, short, no good. Rebound being fought for, tipped around. The Bulldogs find it. Just a good hustle that time by the Bulldogs to keep the basketball alive on their end. Inside, 8 minutes to play now. Holmes with it, trying to drive inside. A little contact, no foul call. Jumper from the free throw line is up off the mark, no good. The rebound tipped out, and the Bulldogs somehow find it. Well, the ball just don't want to go to the hands of the Indians right now. They try to lob it backside out of bounds. Last touch, they're going to say, by Holmes. Well, I'll tell you what, the Indians dodged a bunch of bullets that time, as the Bulldogs had 3 opportunities to get a pretty close basket.
They did, and they're trying to get the ball to Ross underneath. He was calling for it, and the pass was just too hard to get to him that time. Good defense by the Indians.
So Doolittle with the basketball. It's going to try to work off a screen. Now goes back to Champ. Inside they go to Jadakiss Williams. Williams challenges inside, had his shot blocked out of bounds, and it will stay with the Indians on the baseline. 7:23 to play here in the first half. Holmes 19, ICC 17. Substitution coming into the contest for the Bulldogs. This will be Bowler checking back in. Checking out will be number 12. That's Forrest. And the ball slapped on the inbounds as they're going to try to throw over the top of it. But that length and stretch of the Bulldogs defensively causing the Indians some problems on the inbounds there. So the Bulldogs with the basketball. They work it now over on the right wing, trying to go inside. This is number 32 with it now. Skip pass. Three-pointer from the southpaw is up halfway down. No good. Offensive rebound. Put back is there. 5 points for Bowler as the Bulldogs continue to dominate the boards and push the lead now back to 4. 21-17 inside 7 minutes of play here in the first half. Doolittle with the basketball. Holmes now has fallen back in a 2-3 zone. As ICC working it around now, kicks it on the wing. Crump, skip past the Champ for 3. Back iron, no good. Rebound to the Bulldogs. When they fall back in that 2-3 zone, they're big guys, especially the lineup they got on their floor right now, can cover a lot of area. Stolen away by Crump. Crump's going to go inside and get the layup.
Good job by Crump.
Crump with the steal and finish, and he's got the first points of the night. Makes it a 21-19 contest. The Indians just refusing to go away quietly into the evening here in Fulton. Bulldogs with it. ICC in a man-to-man defense. Trying to drive inside. That's going to be a bumping foul whistled here on Akeem Kirkwood. So a foul on Kirkwood. That's going to be the 5th foul. Each team with 5 fouls. The first on Kirkwood. A pair of subs checking in here for ICC. Madarius Hobson and Kendricus Carlton both back into the contest here for ICC. 6:05 to play until halftime. Holmes 21. Indians 19. 3-point basket on its way long. No good. Offensive rebound. Put back no. And there's another foul. Jim, there comes a point in the game of basketball where, yes, you might have a size difference in the ball game, but rebounding a lot of times is want to.
Yeah, you got to walk to get the ball.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
And right now the Indians not showing a lot of that want to. So the first free throw is up in and good for Nicholson. He's now got 5. ICC is going to check number 10, Cartisco Brown, into the contest. Checking out is going to be Crump for the Indians. Second free throw on his way. That one's short, no good, and Madarius Hobson rips the rebound. 22-19 is the score. Carlton with the basketball. Inside they go to Hobson. Hobson spins, turnaround jumper, up and good. Pretty move. Hobson just got the defender on skates that time and buried that one for his 9th point of the contest. A big basket there for the Indians. Makes it back to a 1-point lead. Bulldogs, jumper, yes. Bowler just knocked that one down. Jim, it just seems like every time the Indians can make it a 1-point contest, the Bulldogs have had an answer this evening.
Down by 3, Adam. 24-21. Bulldogs up with 5:10 left to halftime.
Into the quarter they go. This is Jadakiss Williams trying to drive inside, out of control. Charge, good call. As taking the charge that time was Johnson for the Bulldogs. An easy call as that foul will be whistled on Jadakiss Williams. 24-21 as we have a substitution into the game now. This is going to be number 24, Shamar Brown, back into the contest here for the Indians. Williams will check out after picking up his first foul. It's a player control foul, so no free throws, but the next foul on the Indians that isn't a player control foul will result in a 1-and-1 opportunity for the Bulldogs. Near steal it, but the Bulldogs able to keep it now, work it back around, trying to drive baseline. Good defense on the part of Rance Champ to force him to kick it out and reset. Lob it inside. 4 seconds, 5 seconds. Great defense on the part of the Indians. Kendricus Carlton giving up nearly a solid foot to the defender that time. Got in his hip pocket, didn't give him anything easy, and caused the ball to be turned over on a bad pass.
Good defense by the Indians. Let's take advantage of this, Adam. We're down by 3, 24-21, 4:35 left to halftime.
So the Indians trailing, as Mr. Jim said, by 3. Carlton with the basketball. Ball fakes, now works it over to Brown. Cartisco Brown, that is. Back up top to Carlton. Carlton dribbles over on the left wing, gives it off to Shamar Brown. He tried the three-pointer. The shot was blocked. Good defense that time out of number 32, Ross. He knew that Brown has that shot in his repertoire, and that's going to be a blocking foul. Yes, it is. Good call. As that time, Carlton wasn't really set before he started falling. And now this will result in free throws here for the Bulldogs. So the Bulldogs will be shooting the bonus for the remaining 4:17 to go here in the first half. ICC with 8 fouls, the Bulldogs with only 5. So this will send Ross to the free throw line where he's 1 from 1 of the night from the charity stripe. First one is up and a good. Actually, I said it was a 1+1, but actually they give him.
It's 2 shots. Yeah, he was going to the basket.
In the act of shooting. The first one is good. Second free throw on its way. That one no good. But then the Indians lose it out of bounds. 2 Indians fighting over the rebound. It comes off the leg of ICC and goes back to the Bulldogs. Jim, that might just be a pretty solid way of just saying how this game is going for the Indians right now.
We're still only down 4, and we're playing hard. We're just not in a good flow yet. Got to get a rhythm. Got to get a rhythm going.
So Holmes with the basketball. They're going to work it around the perimeter. This is going to be number 21, Johnson, with the basketball. Tries to feed it inside, nearly taken away by the Indians. Holmes keeps it, puts a wild jumper up, friendly roll, and falls. I believe that was Ross that got it.
He's got 10.
Yeah, he's got 10 points. And the lead now back out to 6. Largely the night has been 8 for the Bulldogs. So the Indians need to find a basket this trip down the floor to stop a little bit of the bleeding. It was a 1-point contest, now it's 6. 3:45 to go until halftime. Carlton with the basketball. Brown eyes, tries, and just airballs the 3.
Rushed it a little bit, Adam. Rushed it.
Jeremy Miller will check back into the contest. Shamar Brown will check out. These substitutions being brought to you by the Bank of Okolona.
You got to just shake that off, okay? You made a bad shot. You didn't hit it. Play hard, play good defense. You'll get another chance.
And so the Bulldogs now will trot the ball into the front court here. 3.5 to play until halftime. 27-21 is the score. Swinging around now, looking to go in on the drive. Kicks it out. Thought about the long 2. Driving baseline, nothing there. Nice ball movement. Oh, beautiful fake. Layup is up and good. That was just beautiful basketball that time on the part of the Bulldogs. Jordan with the basket.
Made extra passes, found a guy for a layup.
Matching the large lead of the night now for the Bulldogs at 8, 29-21 with 3:05 to go here until halftime. And the Indians want to take a timeout. Timeout on the floor, 2:57 to play here. Indians trailing the Bulldogs 29-21. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Resetting out of the timeout. 2:57 to go here until halftime. Sorry, 29-21. Bulldogs with the lead. Indians with the basketball in the corner. That's Doolittle. Skip pass over to Cartisco Brown. Nearly taken away by the Bulldogs. You can't make those type passes against this type of team, and then the Indians just did not realize that the shot clock was running down. Turnover by the Indians.
Down by 8. Adam, this is a key point in the ball game. We're down by 8, 2:41 at halftime. Got to get some stops here. Need to get it cut it with 5 or underneath before halftime. Got to keep playing hard.
So the Bulldogs with it. This is going to be number 3, Nicholson, bringing it into the front court. ICC staying in that man-to-man defense. Lobbing inside. They do get that mismatch off the screen. Good help defense on the part of the Indians. Bulldogs nearly turn over at midcourt. Good hustle to keep it back in the front court there. 8 seconds now on the shot clock. Trying to lob it inside. Now they're going to kick it back out. Ball fake. Driving. High percentage shot is up. No good. Tip is not there. Offensive rebound. Put back good and count the basket.
Tell you what, he is Winford Ross is a man tonight.
Yeah, he is just having his way in the paint with the Indians. Push the lead out to the large of the night now at 10 and a chance again at a three-point play the old-fashioned way here. Substitution into the game here for the Bulldogs. This is number 20 checking in. That's going to be Lester. Checking back in for the Indians is going to be number 5, Akeem Kirkwood. Those substitutions being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union. Brother Chris Burrows and company, a proud sponsor of ICC Athletics. Follow them on Twitter at ICCBSU. Free throw is no good. Kirkwood with the rebound. We also want to remind you that the ICC BSU meets Monday nights at 7:07, as well as Wednesdays at lunch. All they ask is bring a friend and $2. And don't forget that $2 for your friend as well to enjoy some worship and lunch, courtesy of the ICC BSU. Drops it off inside to Kirkwood. Kirkwood amongst the trees, had his shot blocked. The ball's going to be out of bounds. Last touched by the Bulldogs. There's 10 seconds on the shot clock here. The Indians
need to score here, Adam. We're down by 10, a minute 50 left in halftime.
Remind you to stay tuned. We'll have the Little Caesars halftime report coming your way. We'll take a look at some first half Sonic stats and more. 7 seconds now. Carlton fires up the jumper, buries it. Good looking shot that time for Carlton. He gets his first points of the evening. And that was a big shot knocked down there by the Indians. Lead back to 8, 31-23. Bulldogs with the basketball. Even though this has been a pretty nip and tuck ball game, the Bulldogs have been in control for the most part of the contest. Driving inside, the blocking foul is going to be called here on Hobson. Hobson just a bit too far in the paint. So Mayday hit with the foul. That's going to be his first, team 10th foul. Still only 5 fouls have been called on the Indians. So the Bulldogs, well, I mean, they're playing a 2-3 zone. They're not really having to play much of a man-to-man. So when you're that tall, long, and rangy of a defense, you really don't have to be overly aggressive. As that free throw is up in and good for Ross. I've got him for 13.
I do too, Adam. The difference right now is they're hitting the boards. They're getting their 6'6" and 6'7" guy going to the basket with the ball, and that's why we're having to foul them.
Second free throw is up and bouncing, but no good. Akeem Kirkwood with the easiest rebound of his career as it just fell into his lap. 32-23 is the score. Coming up on 1:15 to play here in the first half. Doolittle with the basketball. Man-to-man defense now out of Holmes. They've been flip-flopping between man-to-man and 2-3. Hobson working hard in the paint and just can't get the ball to him. Carlton with it now. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Hobson wanting to go to work. Goes to the baseline. Fall-away jumper. Bouncing. No good. Rebound is going to be saved in bounds and nearly taken away by the Indians, but the Bulldogs keep it. Holmes with it now. Drops it off in the middle. Ow. Actually bounced it off the face of Doolittle. That's when you know things are going your way, when you're able to throw the ball inside, it bounces off the face of the defender, and you get it back. But the Indians don't give up on the play. They keep hustling and eventually come away with the loose ball. That foul's going to be whistled on number 21. That's going to be Johnson of the Bulldogs. Substitution into the game here for the Bulldogs. Number 20, Lester back into the contest. 41.2 seconds to play here. 32-23 Indians.
Let's cut it to 6 here.
Yeah.
Let's hit a 3 at the buzzer. Going down 6 at half.
Indians need a big basket this trip down the floor. Doolittle with it. Drops it off to Cartisco Brown. Brown back up top to Doolittle. India swinging around the perimeter. Carlton calling for a screen. Hobson. Now Doolittle. Long 2 is good for Doolittle.
Looks good.
Big basket there. Now the Indians just need to find a stop defensively, as that's the first basket of the contest for Doolittle. The Indians making a 32-25 contest. Holmes with it now, trying to drive inside. 3 seconds. Long 3 on its way, halfway down. No good. Rebound tipped out. Hobson with it. He'll fire it up, but it will not count. And the Indians do get to stop just before halftime. 32-25 is your score. Mr. Jim, let's go into your first half thoughts here for tonight's game.
Adam, we've got to do better on the boards. They're hurting us on the boards. Their big men are taking advantage of their height. That's why they got a 7-point lead. We didn't let it get away from us. They pushed it to a 12-point lead. We cut it down a little bit before half. We're still in the ball game. We've got to make some adjustments second half, though.
Let's take a look at the first half scoring being brought to you by our friends at Sonic, and let's start with the Indians. Michael Krupp with 2 points, 6 points for Akeem Kirkwood, 2 for Carlton, 2 for Champ, 9 for Hobson, Doolittle and Brown each with 2 points. Perry has 5. 5 for Nicholson, 2 for Jordan, 7 for Bowler, and a very impressive first half of play for Winford Ross. He has 13 points. We're going to take a break and come back with more of the Little Caesars halftime report. ICC trails it 32-25 at the break. Back with more right after this.
At Itawamba Community College, your education is our priority. With a 20-to-1 student-teacher ratio, you will get the help that you need from your instructors. With 3 locations in Fulton, Tupelo, and Belden, ICC offers classes that will prepare you to enter almost any job field of your choice. Apply online today at apply.iccms.edu and come be a part of our ICC family. Itawamba Community College, the best start here.
With the Little Caesars mobile app, you can customize an extra most bestest pizza with the most cheese, and now with the most of any toppings for the nation's best price. It's the crowning pizza achievement. And it's true what they say, it's lonely at the top. Unless you have an extra most bestest pizza, then it's a party at the top!
Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest Pizzas, the world's easiest way to outrageous amounts of toppings, starting at $6.
Pizza.
The newly formed Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi wants to make sure you are receiving the best orthopedic care possible. Our staff of 7 experienced, board-certified surgeons specialize in a specific area of the body and can treat you with the newest and latest technology available to fast-track your road to recovery. Call us for same-day appointments at 662-377-BONE and come see us at Gloucester Creek Village in Tupelo. At the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our specialty is you.
That is, for me, one of the greatest attributes about ICC, because it was challenging. It's still challenging in the classroom, but the classes are small enough where you know the teacher by name, the teacher knows you by name, and you're not just another number. The teachers you can talk to them, and they know you, and they know kind of what your needs are, where you struggle in class, where you excel in class, and they give you office hours, and you can go by at any point in time. And I know I had a friend at one point, and her grandmother had passed away, and she had a test the next morning, and the teacher said, well, meet me up here at 9 o'clock at night. And that's just something that you get at ICC that you won't get anywhere else.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Shania, big honor for you being named MACJC Women's Basketball Player of the Week. Just talk about that honor and how it feels.
It feels good. I'm thankful for my coaches and teammates, because without them, I wouldn't be able to do it. They push me every day in practice to be better, and I'm just so thankful for them.
Coach, big day for your program, having Shania earn MACJC Women's Basketball Player of the Week. Just talk about what she meant to the program the last week to help you guys clinch the North Division Championship.
Well, she's meant something to us since the day she set on her foot on this campus. She's a great player. She leads by example. She is a scoring machine, and that's evident in everything that she's doing on the floor. You can't say enough about what she does and what she brings to our program, the excitement that she brings. Our fans get really excited when she's hitting that three. But, she reads the defense well, and she can get to the rim. So she's a catalyst for us, and we're really excited that she's been honored again with this award, the MACJC Player of the Week.
Student involvement is a top priority here at Itawamba Community College.
If you want to be involved with student government, then the Student Government Association is the place for you.
If you have a stellar GPA, then Phi Theta Kappa is for you.
If you're interested in the diverse culture of our campus population, then the Diversity Club is for you.
If you're interested in leadership and service, then Indian Delegation is for you.
If you're majoring in computer programming or computer networking, then CPNA, the Computer Programming Networking Association, is for you.
If you're interested in good conversations and free lunch on Thursdays, then the Wesley Foundation is for you.
Our health science programs also have specific organizations for those majors.
Student Activities is excited to bring you new opportunities here at the ICC Tupelo campus.
Whatever your passion may be, we have a place for you.
This video is brought to you by Phi Theta Kappa, Beta Chi Sigma, Tupelo campus.
Ever since you got that license, you've been on the move. We get it. With Student Checking, we have the tools to keep you going. Take care of that check from grandma without stopping at the bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And we'll even pay you back for ATM fees. So keep on going, and we'll stick with you, wherever you go. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
My name is Ramon Gary. My first experience here was in 1999 to 2001. I was actually here on a basketball scholarship. Just mentally, I don't think I was ready for all the independence that a university may offer someone. So it just it gets you prepared. When I left the first time, I continued my basketball career at Delta State University. I was majoring in computers. Once I got probably to my senior year, I didn't really want to do that, but I went ahead and finished that out. And I was talking to a good friend of mine one day, and he mentioned the physical therapy program here. And so I just went and observed some other people in that field, and then I applied, and I got into the program here, and it was like love at first sight. I work at the hospital there in Tupelo. I've been in the acute rehab for 10 years now. You definitely should come to Itawamba or to ICC. Like you said, economically, it makes sense. And then the relationships that you would develop, the friendship, the experience that you develop is priceless.
With the Little Caesars mobile app, you can customize an extra most bestest pizza with the most cheese, and now with the most of any toppings for the nation's best price. It's the crowning pizza achievement. And it's true what they say, it's lonely at the top. Unless you have an extra most bestest pizza, then it's a party at the top!
Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest Pizzas, the world's easiest way to outrageous amounts of toppings, starting at $6.
Pizza, pizza.
And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, about a minute 45 seconds before the start of the second half of play. ICC 32, or excuse me, no, Holmes 32, ICC 25. Jim, your thoughts on what the Indians need to do in the second half to get back in this thing?
You know, we're only down 7, Adam. We made a little run there before halftime, but we have got to stop. You know, Winford Ross has got 13. Of course, he's 6'7", very athletic. Nicholson, 6'6", sophomore from Jackson's got 5. They're both dominating the boards on us right now. We've got to do a better job blocking out. Now, we hit some shots. We're playing pretty good defense, but we've got to rebound a little better to get back into this ball game. Only down by 7. Need to make a run here, hit some shots, and rebound.
Yeah, it's gut check time for the Indians as we're a minute away from the start of the second half. We'll take one more timeout and be back with more right here on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
With the Little Caesars mobile app, you can customize an extra most bestest pizza with the most cheese, and now with the most of any toppings for the nation's best price. It's the crowning pizza achievement. And it's true what they say, it's lonely at the top. Unless you have an extra most bestest pizza, then it's a party at the top!
Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest Pizzas, the world's easiest way to outrageous amounts of toppings, starting at $6.
Pizza, pizza.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set to start the second half of play. ICC trailing the Holmes Bulldogs 32-25. If you're just now joining us, Lady Indians picked up a win in the first game of the night. They will take that number 1 seed into the tournament next week. They'll play the 1 o'clock game on Monday. The opponent to be determined because it could be a 4-way tie for the final 3 spots in the playoffs. Of course, Jones, they will host the state tournament, so that will be at Jones. And, of course, we'll try to hopefully have more information tomorrow on who the Lady Indians will play. Now, if the Indians can find a way to rally and force a 3-way tiebreaker for that 4th and final spot, albeit very slim, they might be able to find a way to sneak into the playoffs themselves.
That'd be great, Adam.
So the Bulldogs with the basketball. Drive in the feint. Shot is up in and good. Nice start to the contest.
That's Forrest's first 2 points of the ball game for him. 34-25. Holmes up by 9. 19-25 left in the ball game.
So we do apologize. The screen froze up there for a moment on us. But now we are back. So ICC with the basketball here on the left wing. This is Kirkwood. Kirkwood with it, trying to drive inside. Now puts up a jumper on his way back iron. No good in the rebound to the Bulldogs. Jim, who made that last basket for the Bulldogs? As the shot is up, no good.
Johnny Forrest, number 12, I'm sorry. Forrest.
Oh, you're good, you're good. 34-25 is the score. Indians trailing in this one. Bulldogs, we talked about the Indian situation. The Bulldogs as well trying to pick up a win so they can secure that number 3 spot in the playoffs. If they lose tonight, then it's going to be and Delta wins, then it'll be a tie between Delta and Holmes for that 3 and 4 spot in the playoffs. So and we don't know how the first game of the year went between those two teams. So, yeah, a lot of playoff implications on the line tonight for both these teams. Doolittle's going to have to hurry it up and get it inside. He does so and drops it up top to Kirkwood. Kirkwood over to Carlton, and Carlton back to Doolittle. Kirkwood wanting to drive baseline, kicks it out. Thought about the 3, good defense movement that time on the Bulldogs. The shot is up, and they're going to call a charge. The weakest charge called in the history of basketball, folks.
They got the wrong guy on the foul. Adam, to be honest, number 23 made the foul. We charged to number 2.
And that's what the coach...
That's what he's trying to tell them.
Yeah.
And he's correct.
So if that was the case, then that's going to be... So the official's going to come back and talk this one over now.
Of course, they don't want my opinion, I don't think, do they?
And so the referees are going to talk this one over here as they're going to come back and check. So they are going to change it to 23.
That's the correct call, Adam. 23 was the foul.
So they will not substitute in Jordan for Perry. And so they're resetting the fouls here. And you are right. You want to get it right, and the officials
I'm wrong a lot of times, but I got that one finally. I miss a lot of them.
So the Bulldogs going to work now here on the opposite side of the floor. This is Perry, who thought he just picked up his 3rd foul, now re-enters after only with 2 fouls. Bulldogs with it, trying to drive inside, kick it out. Nice ball movement from the Bulldogs. 3-pointer on its way. Short, no good.
Good.
But there is the tip. Where did Ross come from? Woo! Dropped him from the rafter like he sting. 36-25, largely the night now here for the Bulldogs at 11. Indy is still looking for their first points of the second half. Doolittle with the basketball. Looks like Anthony Diggins is going to get set to check in at the next opportunity. Doolittle trying to drive inside. Now kicks it out to Carlton. Carlton with it over to Hobson. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Hobson checks it. Now pulls up the quick jumper. Long. Bouncing around. No good. And we've got a foul underneath. Looks like this one's going to be against Indians. And yes, it is. That foul's going to be whistled on number 24, Shamar Brown.
Shamar's 2nd foul.
And he will check out. Checking in will be Diggins in this situation. So the Indians don't have a lot of height to start with. So both with Jadakiss Williams and Shamar Brown now on the bench, the Indians have gone with an extremely small lineup. So we'll see if the Indians try to convert some of that size into some speed and up the tempo in this contest. Driving the baseline. Shot denied.
Great job. Great block. Carlton got up and at 5'11" and blocked a 6'6" guy shot.
Nice effort that time on the part of Carlton. Holmes falls back in a 2-3, or maybe this is actually a man-to-man defense. Doolittle into the corner. They're trying to find Kirkwood. Nothing there. Skip pass over to Hobson. Holmes doing a great job of taking away that entry pass as they're trying to get it to Kirkwood. 3-point basket from the Indians. Short, no good. Hey, it worked as a pass to Kirkwood. He lost the handle of the basketball on the way up. And the Bulldogs with it. So now here comes Holmes wanting to push on the offensive side of the floor. Looking to drive baseline, reverse layup, no good. Rebound being fought for, and Kirkwood finds it.
Good job by Kirkwood.
Yeah, he just stepped in bounds just before touching the basketball, so caught a break there. Doolittle drives inside, spins, and fouls. And this foul will be on the Bulldogs, and that's going to be number 12 with the foul. That's going to be Forrest. And this should send the Indians to the free throw line here, and it will. This will be Doolittle heading to the line. He's got 2 points tonight. I'd like to see him quadruple, if not more, that
no doubt
here
about
in the
that.
second half. And the first free throw, no good from Doolittle.
36-25, Holmes Bulldogs up by 11, 16-24 left in the ball game.
So mass substitutions for both teams coming in here. Holmes sending in 3. ICC sends in Rance Champ. These substitutions being brought to you by the Bank of Oklahoma. Visit bankofoklahoma.com for more information. Waiting the second free throw here from Trevante Doolittle. It's on its way, and
Good
the
job.
iron kind.
Good job.
3 points now for Doolittle in the contest. ICC trailing by 10, 36-26 with 16:18 to play here. Bulldogs with the basketball, being patient on the offensive end. Man-to-man defense out of the Indians. Nice ball moving on the part of the Bulldogs. Deep three on its way, yes. That was knocked down by Nicholson. Only the second 3 of the game for the Bulldogs, but of course when you have the height you do, you don't got to shoot a lot of them. Largely the night now to 13 for Holmes. Doolittle with the basketball. Champ with it now, trying to go inside to Hobson. Does so. Hobson skip pass, and the layup is good. Count the basket. Nice play that time. The ball was deflected, but Diggins was there to get it. Got the layup and the foul, and a chance at a three-point play the old-fashioned way here for Anthony Diggins.
Diggins, good-looking athlete. Glad to get him involved here. Maybe he can help us out offensively.
Well, the coach for Holmes not too happy with whatever number 11 did, and hopefully that colorful language did not come across the broadcast. So waiting the free throw here. And it's good. Nicely done that time by Diggins. He's got 3. Lead back to 10 now for the Bulldogs. And tried to throw it in bounds, and Anthony caught it, but unfortunately when he did, he touched the ground with the basketball, and it goes out of bounds, so it will stay with Holmes. So the Bulldogs try to lob it in bounds, nearly taken away by the Indians, but a good job that time by Perry to come find it. And there's a collision at midcourt, just one of those plays where Hobson was going after the basketball, and his momentum carried him to the receiver, if you will. And that's going to be the second foul there on Hobson.
Hope he's okay. It's a good effort.
Yeah, he took an inadvertent elbow to the face that time. Nothing malicious or whatsoever, just one of those accidental contacts on a hard play. So Holmes will lob it into the backcourt, and now we'll push it into the front court. They lead 39-29 with 15:23 to play. And that's going to be a blocking foul on Hobson, and that's going to be his third. So just a tough break there for Mayday. That was a pretty good play defensively, so now we'll have to get Hobson out of the contest. Checking in will be Jadakiss Williams. Well, one of the fans drew a little quick glare from the official when he yelled, "How are you going to play defense if you can't do that?" And I can't say necessarily that I disagree with the fan.
Gotcha. And you've been very nice tonight on officials, by the way.
I've tried, as there's a shot up, no good, but a foul on ICC. And that's going to be the third foul on Carlton. So this will send number 2, Perry, back to the free throw line. He's got 5 points. He's 1 of 1 from the charity stripe tonight. Wow, a unique shot as he had a clutch.
He's got a little hesitation.
Yeah. But he made it. That's all that matters. So Carlton will check out of the contest. Checking in will be number 2, Michael Crump.
Kind of a little hesitation yo-yo effect here.
Yeah, if he comes up and kind of pumps and then fires, and he makes them both, though, and that's really all that matters.
That's right. 41-29, Holmes up. 15 minutes left in the ball game.
Indians push the ball into the front court. Doolittle with it now. Swings it inside. Layup denied. Got to go strong to the basket. Good defense on the part of Holmes to block the shot and get it back now. 41-29 is the score. ICC trailing the Bulldogs of Holmes here in the regular season finale and what could be the season finale for the Indians. Of course, we do know the Lady Indians will go on to play in next week's state tournament. I believe they're also already qualified for the region tournament in 2 weeks at MC. A win on Monday will for sure punch their ticket to the region tournament.
Adam, good job by Jadis Williams. Got a good rebound there, stopped a little bit of the bleeding.
So ICC with the basketball, needing a basket in a big way this trip down the floor. Doolittle dribbles over to the left side, now works over to Champ. Champ's going to fire NBA range three, short, no good. Williams with the rebound. He's going to power it back up. Shot is too hard, but there is a foul on the play. And so this should send Jadakiss Williams to the free throw line.
I like his energy, Adam. He's given some good minutes here tonight.
So that foul whistled on, is that 14? No, 32.
Ross, we need about 4 more on him quickly.
Yeah, we need 4 more in the next possession. So Jadakiss Williams, first free throw. The Iron Unkind wanted nothing to do with that one for Jadakiss. Substitution in the game here for the Bulldogs will be number 21, Johnson, into the contest. Checking out will be Lester for Holmes. These substitutions being brought to you by the Bank of Okolona. John Heritage Company, a proud sponsor of ICC Athletics. Second free throw rattles in and falls for Williams. His first points of the night makes it a 41-30 contest. 14:08 to play. Jim, the Indians need to find some stops defensively. See if I can get a little bit of a run going offensively to get back in this thing. And the Bulldogs throw over the top of the press. ICC comes up the floor, and there is, I thought he was going to get him an undercut, but did not. And that's just kind of been the tale of the tape tonight for the Bulldogs. When the Indians get something good going, the Bulldogs always seem to have an answer.
Perry's a good-looking guard. He got the layup. 43-30. Holmes up, 13:40 left in the ball game.
Doolittle with the basketball now on the right side of the wing. Want to dribble it over. This is Diggins with it. Diggins puts it in the corner. That's Crump. Crump wanting to drive baseline. Had the ball slapped out of bounds, last touched by the Bulldogs. 10 seconds on the shot clock here for the Indians. 13:32 to go in the contest. 43-30, the lead here for the Bulldogs. Lady Indians took care of business in the first game of the day. The Bulldogs trying to earn a split on the road here to end the regular season. Doolittle's going to lob it in. This is going to be Diggins with the basketball. Going to have to hurry. 4 seconds on the shot clock now. Champ fires it up, tries to draw some contact, didn't get it, and almost got that shot to fall. What a high difficulty level shot that time for Champ with the with the shot clock running down. Just unfortunately couldn't get that one to fall. Rebound to the Bulldogs. Coming up on 13 minutes to play in the contest, ICC trailing by 13. That is the large lead of the night for Holmes. And there's going to be a blocking foul called on ICC.
I don't know about that.
I don't either, Mr. Jim. I thought he traveled.
Offensive foul or travel or something.
Yeah. So that foul's going to be whistled on number 23, Trevante Doolittle. Throw it back to a little bit of 1990 ramp. He was throwing them bows that time as he was trying to clear out inside. So the Bulldogs with it. They drop it off inside. Indians defend the lob nicely that time, so they'll reset the offense. Nicholson with the basketball. Fadeaway jumper is up too far, and the rebound to Diggins. So Doolittle with the basketball. Dangerous pass. Diggins keeps it now, and ICC puts it back in the corner to Doolittle. Up top to Crump. Crump swings it around. Back to Diggins. Diggins over to Doolittle. Trying to find a pass inside. Now they feed it inside to Williams. Out to Cartisco Brown for three. Long, no good. Rebound was to Holmes, and ICC slaps it out of bounds. So to go back to the Bulldogs.
43-30. Holmes up by 13. 12:26 left in the ball game.
Looks like we may have a substitution have to come in the game here as Anthony Diggins looks like he may have some blood on his jersey. And so Diggins will have to come out of the contest here with blood on his shorts. Julian Warren checked into the contest, and now Madarius Hobson will come back in as well to fill in for Anthony Diggins, who has that blood on his shorts here.
Stay down, stay down!
So three-pointer from the corner is up in and good. And a quick timeout here taken by the Bulldogs. It's been all Holmes in this one, and it continues to go that way, largely the night now at 16. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back to action. 46-30, ICC trailing the Bulldogs.
Play with pride, Adam. We got to keep hustling, keep hustling.
Indians with the basketball. Julian Warren with it now.
Adam, there's no such thing as a 16-point play. You just go in segments, get the 2 points, get 3 points, make a stop on defense, cut it to 10. Just go in segments here.
And the ball is out of, excuse me, actually there's a foul on the play, and that's foul's going to be whistle number 2, Perry, and that will be his third of the contest.
Legitimate third this time. Jadakiss Williams at the line. Adam is shooting 2. First one's good.
Nice job by Jadakiss. He's got 2 points, both of those coming from the free throw line, 2 of 3 from the charity stripe. Second free throw and got them both.
Looking good there.
3 points for the freshman, Jadakiss Williams. I believe he's out of Memphis. Makes it a 46-32 contest in favor of the Bulldogs. ICC wanting to set up in a press here. Bulldogs, nearly throwing it over. Was able to keep possession of it. Now they're going to back it back out. ICC jumping into man-to-man defense. This is Perry with the basketball. Perry staying in the contest despite picking up his third foul, and you got to be kidding me. Foul call there on Cartisco Brown.
1-1.
And this will send Perry to the free throw line. Perry's got 9 points, a chance to go into double figures here with this 1-1. Once again, that awkward release, but the free throw is good. He is 4 for 4 from the charity stripe, and the substitution coming in the game now here for the Bulldogs. Re-entering is Nicholson.
Perry's got 10 points, Adam. 47-32. Bulldogs up by 15, 11 and a half minutes left in the ball game.
So waiting this second free throw here from Perry. 4 for 4 from the free throw line. And I can't jinx him. He's now 5 for 5. 48-32, ICC trailing by 16. That's matches largely the night here for the Bulldogs. 11:25 to play. Cartisco Brown with it, drops it off to Julian Warren. 2-3 zone out of the Bulldogs. Brown with it now. Looking to go inside. Now kicks it inside to Kirkwood. Kirkwood's jumper in the paint. Good.
Good looking play there. Good looking play.
Take a look at that on the Little Caesars instant replay, as that was the 8th point of the contest for Akeem Kirkwood. ICC staying in that press. Holmes doing a pretty good job of being very patient against this press as they get it across with about 3 seconds to spare. There's a trap. Holmes in trouble, throws it over the top, and once again, that's that height becoming a factor. Going to drop it inside, and there was a foul, a late whistle. And that foul whistled on Michael Crump. And that was called far away from the basketball, well after the play. And I want to say that was the Holmes coach that got in the ear of the official to get that call. That's going to be the second foul there, whistled on Michael Crump. I'm not saying it wasn't a foul, just want to say it was a good solid 1.5 count after the fact. Free throw is up and no good for Ross. Substitution in the game here. This will be number 4, Jordan checking in. Checking out will be number 2, Czar Perry. So waiting the second free throw here from Ross. And that
Missed
one
them
no
both.
good.
Maybe we make a little run here, Adam. We're down by 14, 10:40 left in the ball game.
Warren with the basketball. Dribbles over here in front of us in the ICC Alumni Affairs and Foundation broadcast booth. For more information on how you can contribute to Itawamba Community College, visit iccms.edu. Warren goes inside, and that's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of the Indians. Nice play defensively that time by Johnson. So the Indians ball on the baseline, 12 seconds on the shot clock, so the Indians do need to still keep that in mind as Warren will try to key this one in. Tries to lob it back to Jadakiss Williams, but there's Michael Crump hustling to get to the basketball. 8 seconds now on the shot clock. Warren's going to have to hurry, now make it 5. Nobody communicating from the bench. Three-pointer on its way.
There we
Good.
go.
Well, basically, Coach Payton leaned in and said 3 seconds on the shot clock, and he buried it. Nice shot knocked down that time by Julian Warren. Makes it a 11-point contest, 48-37. Yeah, there's going to be a foul on the Indians here. And they're going to call that one on number 1, Julian Warren. And boy, I tell you what, Mr. Jim, I'm glad I'm not wearing the stripes tonight because there's some ICC fans behind him giving them the business.
And you and I have been very nice tonight, but our fans are getting after them.
So this will send number 3 to the free throw line, Nicholson. His first free throw is up in and good. He's got 9.
49-37. Bulldogs up by 12. 10 minutes left in the ball game.
Second free throw on his way in. That one true. Nothing but the bottom of the net there for Nicholson. He's got 10, and the Bulldogs continue to just ride this momentum. They got out to a double-digit lead. ICC has made it a 1-point ball game a couple of times in the contest, but the Indians have not been able to battle and take a lead. Three-pointer from the corner is off the mark, no good. Rebound being fought for. And there is a foul on the floor, maybe?
Yep, it's on them
yes,
this
it is.
time.
And that foul's going to be whistled on number 3. That's going to be on Nicholson with the foul.
His first.
50-37, ICC trailing the Bulldogs. We'll have to lob it in. Dangerous pass, and once again, there's Michael Crump to save the day for the Indians. Warren with the basketball. Bounce pass over to Cartisco Brown. Brown wanting to drive. Good defense out of that 2-3 zone from the Bulldogs to take it away. Crump with it. Drops it back to Warren. Warren out to Michael Crump for 3. Big if it goes. Yes, sir. Big basket knocked down that time by Michael Crump. He's got 5 in the contest. The Indians fighting, clawing, doing everything they can to get back into this one. Down now by 10. Tried to throw it down. Missed it big time, but the long rebound easily controlled that time by Perry. 9 minutes and 5 seconds to play. ICC has cut a 16-point lead down to 10. Be big if they can get a stop here defensively and cut it inside double digits. Bulldogs with it. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Three-pointer from the corner is well off the mark, no good. And we're going to have a foul on the rebound.
We're shooting free throws, I believe, Adam.
And if that's the case, that should be the second foul there on Ross. And it will be a 1+1 opportunity here on the other end for the Indians. So ICC will come down and shoot a 1-and-1. I believe it will be Williams, Jadakiss going to the free throw line. Yes, it will. For this 1+1. Well, Jim, this is where the Indians need to take advantage. Points with the clock stopped can be big.
No doubt. He hit his last 2. He can do it again right here.
He's got 3 points in the contest. Does Jadakiss. First free throw. Oh, no. The iron so unkind as it just would not fall through. And now the Bulldogs quickly down the other end. Tries to bounce pass on the backside. Michael Crump does a great job of coming in, breaking that one up, and allowing the defense to reset as Holmes will have it on the baseline. 8:45 to play. 23 seconds on the shot clock. Substitution coming today. Madarius Hobson will check in. Kirkwood will check out. 50-40, ICC trailing the Bulldogs of Holmes. Do the Indians have another big run in them to see if they can finally find a way to take a lead or cut this thing inside double digits? And there's going to be a foul. Yeah. And that's going to be a flagrant foul.
On who?
On Jadakiss Williams. Williams just shoved the Holmes player on the inbounds play. I think what happened though was the referee saw the reaction to something before, because there was some jawing going back and forth as the free throw is up in and good for Ross. And Jim, whether it be football, basketball, baseball, softball, tennis, badminton, bump jacks, whatever, it's always the guy that reacts that gets caught.
Good point.
Second free throw is good as well. Ross buries them both, 17 points now. And I'm not just saying that because Jadakiss is an ICC guy. It's what happened. The number 32 for Holmes shoved him first, and Jadakiss, when you're young, sometimes you react, and unfortunately he got caught reacting that time.
He just made two. Does he shoot some more?
Yep, that was a flagrant foul.
Gotcha.
Was the call. Now, I don't necessarily know that I agree with the flagrant foul, because there was really nothing overly malicious on the play. So he's going to get two more here. This free throw is off the mark, no good. A little guilty conscience free throw.
There you go.
Lead is back to 12. And this will be the 18th free throw on this possession. Second free throw is up, fourth free throw is up and good, so he goes 3 of 4 from that trip. He's now got 18. Makes it a 13-point contest, so every time the Indians get something going, the Bulldogs have had an answer all night long. Lob it inside to Jeremy Miller. Miller's shot blocked. A lot of contact, no foul called. And now the Bulldogs coming down on the other end. Jordan with it. Works it over now on the far wing. Perry back over to Jordan. Man-to-man defense out of the Indians. Well extended beyond the three-point line. Drive inside. Layup is up and good. Czar Perry, quicker than Walt Flanagan's dog on that first step, gets the easy layup and makes it a 15-point game, 55-40, coming up on 8 minutes to play.
He's a good-looking guard.
Doolittle with the basketball, trying to drive inside, kicks it baseline to Hobson.
Good
Foul
job.
and count the basket.
Good job by Hobson. Went in there with the 6'6", 6'7". Hobson 6'3", made the shot. Chance for a three-point play. Great hustle by Medeiros.
First points of the second half for Mayday. It makes it a 13-point game. A chance to get this three-point play the old-fashioned way here for the freshman out of Hawka. 5 quick dribbles and can't get that one to rattle in. Tough break there for Hobson. 55-42, 7:53 and counting here in the contest. This ball slapped high into the air, and Holmes finds it. 10 seconds now on the shot clock. Now make it 5 as they fire the three. Rattles in and out. No, excuse me, rattles in good. Well, I thought that one was going to rattle out that time, Jim, and I was wrong.
That's their biggest lead, Adam. 58-42, up by 16. 7:20 left in the ball game. We need to get another run here.
Indians need a basket in a big way this trip down. Three-pointer on its way from Doolittle, off the mark, no good, and Holmes with the rebound. Well, it has been easily controlled, the boards tonight have the Bulldogs.
Flanagan's telling them to slow it down, wants to run some clock, got a 16-point lead. 7 minutes left in the ball game.
So the Bulldogs with it now. This is Jordan, drops it off on the right wing to Nicholson. Nicholson's going to work it back up top to Perry. Perry's going to reset. 10 seconds now on the shot clock. Perry with the basketball. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Drives inside. Wild shot put up. Tried to throw it down on the putback. Misses it. Now here comes Doolittle on the other end. Doolittle's shot is up. No good, but a blocking foul, as he was just too far inside the arch that time to draw the charge, as that foul was on Johnson. You know, that's a new rule. Players are getting used to it, especially you don't have that in high school. It was, Johnson was a little upset with the foul call. Yes, he did take the charge. He did a great job of doing that. Unfortunately, it was just inside the arch. That's
no doubt about it. He's right under the basket.
Yeah. So the free throw is up and no good for Doolittle. Akeem Kirkwood checking in, along with number 14, Kendricus Carlton, checking in for ICC. These substitutions being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union. Remind you to follow them on Twitter at ICCBSU. They also meet Monday nights at 7:07. Neither one of those free throws falling for Doolittle. So the Indians trying to jump into press here, see if they can find some way to force a turnover. Bulldogs lob it backside and throw it down. That was number 32, Ross, who has had a big night, 20 points for him. And Jim, I think that one dots the I's and crosses the T's as now they take their, what is that, a 18-point lead, largely the night here for the Bulldogs. Hobson's long two, in and out, no good. The Indians couldn't buy a bucket if you loaned them $1 right now. 6 minutes to play, 60-42. And Jim, it's just that way some nights. Some nights the basketball guys smile down on you. Other nights, not so much.
No doubt about it. And this is a good-looking Holmes basketball team. 6'6", 6'7". They're physical, but they can get up in the air too.
8 seconds, step back from the free throw line is up and good. Holmes just cannot miss a shot right now. Perry buries that one for his 15th point. And now the lead to 20. Doolittle with the basketball, trying to work one-on-one. Step back for a long two, and that one good.
Good shot.
Trevante Doolittle.
Keep hustling.
Gets his 5th point of the contest, and a big one there. Holmes with it, being very patient offensively. Ball slapped away, and there is the steal by the Indians. ICC wanting to get out, push the issue. Carlton, pull-up jumper off the mark, no good. Mayday with the rebound, lost it, and then Kirkwood gets it back. He's on the floor, and it's going to a jump ball. Well, that was a headlock that would have made Andre the Giant proud on that jump ball call.
They call that?
They call that a jump ball.
Really?
I did not know that you can wrap somebody's head up like that. Almost like an old school $1 Million Dream from the $1 Million Man as he locked him up from behind. Either way it goes, possession arrow in favor of the Bulldogs. And Holmes is being very patient offensively, trying to work some clock. Typically work the clock down to about 10 seconds before going into their offensive attack. This is Perry with the basketball now. He's got 15 points. Trying to drive inside. Kirkwood, oh, what a spin move. Layup is up in and good for Perry. And that was just pretty.
That was special.
Yeah, that was all you can say there on that one as he gets the foul and one and a chance for a three-point play the old-fashioned way. So this will send Perry to the free throw line. Once again, got that awkward clutch, and he gets it to fall, though. He is perfect from the charity stripe. Timeout on the floor. Holmes 65, ICC 44. 4:37 to play in this one. We'll take a break and hear a few words from our sponsors and be back with more right after this.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
You could say it's about the clubs. You could say it's about the ball. You could even say it's about the course or the weather. But what it really comes down to is consistency and hard work. Over and over and over again. At Renaissance, we understand consistency. We understand hard work. Most importantly, we understand you. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
Welcome back as we reset out of the timeout. 65-44 is the score. Holmes with the lead, ICC with the basketball. Here in the regular season finale on sophomore night in Fulton. Three-point basket from Doolittle is off the mark, no good, and another rebound pulled down by the Bulldogs. Jim, that's been a big factor tonight. The Indians have had very limited second shot opportunities thanks to this tenacious effort of the Bulldogs on the boards.
You're right, Adam. They've rebounded very well. If our shots hadn't fallen, usually it's going the other way.
So this is Perry with the basketball. He's got 18 points. Now 5 seconds on the shot clock. Three-pointer on its way. That one good. Perry can do no wrong right now. 21 points to lead all scorers.
And when you're up this big, it's a lot easier to shoot.
Absolutely, as that one knocked down. Lead continues to balloon here for the Bulldogs. Doolittle with the basketball now. Drops it back out to Carlton. Trying to go inside, and now's going to step back for a three. That one's short, no good, and Holmes with the rebound. Well, nothing going the way of the Indians here in the second half. It's been all Bulldogs as they lead it big, 68-44. 3.5 to play in the contest. Looking to go into the corner, nothing there. Nearly taken away by Kirkwood, just away from his fingertips. Now they're going to lob it backside, and the reverse jam put down that time for Ross, and now he has 22. Jim, that was just pretty basketball.
That's pretty.
Indians get aggressive defensively. Holmes takes advantage on the backside with the lob for the dunk. ICC with it now. Doolittle swings it around to Kirkwood. Kirkwood looking inside to Hobson, nothing there. 3-point basket
Good
nailed
shot
for the Indians.
Good shot by Doolittle.
Big shot knocked down there as Doolittle nails the three, and the Indians want to take a timeout. Timeout on the floor. And it's going to be a full timeout. We're going to take it with them. We'll be back with more right after this.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
And welcome back to action, ladies and gentlemen, as camera operator just letting the camera go up there. Mr. Jim, take the play-by-play for a second.
All right, Adam. 70-47, Indians down. 2:50 left in the ball game. Holmes has got the ball. Indians still playing hard. Let's be honest, Holmes is going to win the ball game, Adam, but they're still playing hard defense. I like the effort the Indians are showing. Holmes using the shot clock. Got the ball outside, dribbling. They're going to wait till about 10 seconds left in the shot clock to shoot. Good defense by the Indians. Stolen by the Indians.
Carlton with it, steps inside. Layup is up and good for Carlton. Thank you, Mr. Jim.
Yes, sir.
As Carlton got the steal, was able to weave his way through some defenders and get the basket to fall. Makes it a 70-49 contest. Right now, Jim, if you want to, for the Indians, you just want to finish this thing strong. Fight to the bitter end.
You do. You show it pride, show a lot of pride. It didn't go all the way tonight in the second half. Playing a good basketball team, but you try, you practice hard, you play hard, you never quit.
So Holmes with the basketball once again, working a lot of that shot clock. Perry kind of gets it, and then he kind of takes over for the final 10 seconds. He has it now. Wants to step up for a three-pointer, and it's good.
He's on fire.
Yeah,
he is on fire.
This kid cannot miss right now as that three-pointer, back-to-back threes put down. It looks like Holmes is going to take a timeout. We're going to see if they're just going to take the timeout to put him on the floor, and that's what they are going to do.
60-second timeout for ball.
They're just going to say play on. They took the timeout to get the players on the floor. So they're going to say play on in this situation.
Adam, you know, the game's not over yet, and we're still playing hard, but you got to remember all our players are freshmen. They'll all be back next year. We're going to improve next year.
Doolittle with the basketball. He's going to go inside. Shot as well off the mark, no good. A little bit of contact, but this late in the night, probably not going to call it. So here come the Bulldogs. Number 23 with the basketball. A fresh 5 on the floor here for the Bulldogs. Ball fake. Layup is up in and good. Even the 5 coming in can do no wrong for the Bulldogs tonight, as that was Lewis getting his first points of the night. It is now a 79-49 contest, and the Indians are going to slow it down here a little bit. So coming up on 1 minute to play. Doolittle with the basketball. Picks up his dribble in trouble. Now works it over to Carlton, who's going to fire NBA range 3 air ball. And out of bounds, last touch by the Indians. Not really what you're looking for there, Jim.
No.
We're trying to be positive,
We're trying to be positive, and I mean this seriously. We got 13 freshmen. They'll all be sophomores next year. They'll get better. They played better later in the season. Ran up against a really good Holmes team tonight. We'll get better next year.
Yeah, and for Holmes, you know, for those that are watching in favor of Holmes, you got to feel good for the Bulldogs. They have picked up a lot of momentum heading into next week's state tournament at Jones.
They got a special point guard and 2 big men that can play.
So the Bulldogs are just going to let this thing go down a little bit. Now they're going to go into the count. Maybe not even try to go into the count. Now they will. 5 seconds on the shot clock. They put the 3 up. It's off the mark. No good. Rebound being fought for. And great hustle by Carlton as the ball goes out of bounds.
Did the ball hit the rim?
It did, but I think the officials said don't reset.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Let it go.
Yeah, so the Indians, this will wrap up their season. As Jim has mentioned, nothing but freshmen on this team, so potential of a lot of guys coming back. As there is a foul on the drive to the basket, as Carlton will head to the free throw line for a pair of free throws with 21.6 seconds. So it'll be interesting to see what the Indians do. Of course, with a team full of freshmen, you know, you kind of have those meetings, see if anybody has the opportunity to go to the next level. But, yeah, you're going to bring everybody back, possibly bring everybody back. There may be some folks that decide not to come back or and maybe not, you know, get renewed for year 2. So as that free throw is good. Winning the second free throw from Carlton, got them both. But, as you said, Jim, it was going to be a tough season coming into with nothing but freshmen on the team, basically fresh out of high school, stepping into the collegiate play. The Indians just under 500. They'll fall to 10-13 on the year, 4-8. The Bulldogs will improve to 15-8, 7-5, and they will secure that number 3 spot in next week's playoffs. So, Mr. Jim, your final thoughts on tonight's contest?
Adam, let's give them credit. They played hard, played good, but Holmes had too much for us second half. Took advantage of their height, made some shots, hit the boards well. They deserved the ball game. But let's talk about coming up next year. These kids coming back, they'll get better.
Absolutely. Let's go move into the Renaissance Bank postgame report and take a look at some final scoring here for the Indians. Julian Warren had 3 points. Michael Crump with 5. Akeem Kirkwood with 8. Jadakiss Williams with 3. Anthony Diggins with 3. Kendrickus Carlton with 2. Rance Shemp with 2. But Darius Hobson led the Indians with 11. 8 points for Trevante Doolittle and 2 points for Shamar Brown. It was the Czar Perry and Winford Ross show tonight. Perry with 24, Ross with 20. Then it was Nicholson with 10, Jordan with 5, Lewis with 2, Forrest with 2, and 10 points for Bowler. So that's going to do it here for this broadcast, as that will wrap up the season for the Indians. As we said, they fall to 10-3 on the year, 4-8 in the North. The Bulldogs improve to 15-8, 7-5. Jim, it's been fun. This is
our
great
year, Adam. Always enjoy working with you in football and basketball. You do a super job. I'm here just hanging on to your coattails and enjoy being with you.
Well, I do appreciate that. You always have an open invite for baseball and softball. I know.
Thank you.
I tell you that all the time.
That's fine.
So, but
I might surprise you one of these days.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Of course, next broadcast will be Monday, we think at 1 o'clock with the Lady Indians as they move to the state tournament. Don't know who they'll play yet because there could be a 4-way tie at the end of the night there, so you'll want to stay tuned. Visit letsgoicc.com as well as follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, YouTube. Simply search Let's Go ICC. So that's going to do it for Jim Ingram, Lee Adams, Raphael Henry, Javon Keys, and Madison Henry. I'm Adam Gore saying good night. We'll see you Monday afternoon here on letsgoicctv.com. Have a blessed evening, and as always, Roll Tribe.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you, wherever you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC.